Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for February 28, 2024. This Wednesday, middle of the week edition. Thank you for joining me. Please be sure to subscribe to the Weather Guru for the latest interpretation of weather data here in the lower 48 United States. I thank you for your support. Right now, we're looking at the National Weather Service current hazards. And right now, we have this vigorous cold front that is moving through the mid-Atlantic and northeast and southeast states right now, prompting wind advisories here, denoted in the brown color here. Wind advisories, winds are gusting anywhere from 30 to 50 miles an hour up and down the eastern seaboard here. So be very careful in high profile vehicles and take your time up I-95 or I-81 or I-40 or I-20 coming across from Atlanta to Birmingham there. So those are the ones you want to watch out for. We also have the storm out west that's going to continue to bring heavy mountain snows. There's a blizzard warning in the high Sierras. Be careful. Chains probably are required in Truckee, California Pass, Donner Pass. If you're coming through those areas, Bridgeport, be very careful in California. And we also have those winter storm warnings in effect that extend into Oregon and into the Cascades of Washington as well. And that goes in the Intermountain West. They have typical winter storm watches in Nevada, eastern Nevada, the Stovepipe of Idaho, and down through Salt Lake City. They're getting sort of a break in Park City and Salt Lake City, Utah, and Ogden and all of that, but there's still a winter storm watch for additional snowfall that could be possible there as well. So that's what we have going on in the National Weather Service hazards. And looking at the current radar picture, you can see that vigorous front. Nothing severe. There's a few severe thunderstorm warnings in east to the west of Raleigh, North Carolina, and then South Carolina. That has since expired as far as I know. And just looking at garden variety showers here as it continues to push off the coast here from Richmond to Washington, D.C., up through Harrisburg, Philadelphia, New York, and then through the Adirondacks of New York, and then to New England, Green and Mountains. Behind this, you can see the wind streaming off the lake, providing some few lake effect snow showers for the southern portion of Ontario, Canada, across over toward Detroit, Sarnia, Michigan, and Grand Rapids in that area. So we're coming along I-94 in Michigan or I-96 east of Grand Rapids toward US 131 heading up to Cadillac, Michigan, and Sheboygan. Be very careful. There's snow showers streaming across here. Northwest winds are turning very cold as this can be a back to reality winter blast for much of the eastern two-thirds of the country. Elsewhere, it looks quiet in the Midwest. Temperatures were nice and warm in Dallas. Showers extending south of 20 there in Dallas-Fort Worth area there in the Metroplex. So if you're coming up near Waxahachie or Corsicana and Texas there, be very careful. Out west, we have once again that slamming atmospheric river that continues to impact Seattle, Portland, and the I-5 corridor all the way up through Bellingham, the Kitsap Peninsula, and on out to the coastline here of Oregon, Coos Bay, and all those areas down there. Rain is continuing in Northern California too as well. And the Intermountain West, they're getting this continued snowfall here in the higher terrain and the Bitterroots chains, the Northern Rockies, and the highest terrains and highest elevations. They can pick up anywhere from additional 2 to 6 inches of snow through tonight here. Phoenix, Arizona, and Tucson, you guys are experiencing some rain showers there. If you come along I-10, be very careful there. If you're heading along the border there, Nogales, I-8 corridor, you want to be careful there in central along I-17 as well, and Phoenix Metro and Tucson Metro area as these showers continue to come through Tucson, Oro Valley, up that way, and those areas, points north and northeastward there. So that's what we have in that picture as well. Now, looking at the temperature spread here, you can see you can clearly delineate, this is from earlier today, you can clearly delineate where the front is at. This warm surge of southwest, southeast winds and south-southeast winds and south-southwest winds continues to surge today. High temperatures reach pretty high, 75 in Atlanta, 64 in D.C., 57 up in Scranton, 57 up in Hartford, Connecticut. So temperatures were very warm for this time of year as we head into March. But we after this cold, you can see the front comes in here and it brings temperatures have already dropped behind the front. Chicago at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. This was earlier today, a couple hours earlier, and so this is where the temperatures are at. And you can see out west things are pretty moderate as well. So that's what we have going on here. The GFS model shows that we continue to see that front will push off to the coast, leaving high pressure on its wake. Windy will be tomorrow. We still have winds accelerating here in the northeast here. So if anywhere north of Baltimore, Washington, north, Philadelphia, New York, Trenton, Hartford, the Hudson River Valley, up through Hartford, Connecticut, and New Hampshire, and Wells, Maine, you can expect winds gusting anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour come on tomorrow, Thursday morning. But we have rain developing in the south, so be careful if you're coming I-65 through Bowling Green, Nashville, Huntsville, and down through Atlanta on I-75, Chattanooga. Be very careful down in Augusta. Be very careful. These showers are going to be coming through here. It's nothing severe, but the showers come through. And out west, like I said, the atmospheric river, Pineapple Express, continues to impact that area. That's going to continue in the next few days here. In the first few days of March, you can see the Intermountain West and the snow skiing season has been terrific for Utah. If you're in Utah and northern Wasatch Range and the northern Rocky Range of Yellowstone and those areas, and of course the Sierra Nevada high country of California, excellent ski season that could last all the way to June and July this year with how much snow they've had up there. And you can see that we don't have any more surges of cold air. There's a bunch of warm air in the first week and a half of March. So the first 2 weeks of March, you can see it play out there. We have some systems coming across, but nothing. You notice the snow is confined to the Intermountain West and to the very northern tier of the country here. And so that's what we're going to be seeing here. This is going to play out through the first 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks of March here. No real cold blizzards coming in or snowstorms, just more little ridge and trough action that we continue to see. And this time, most of the time, it's the ridge in the west, and this trough or frontal action happening in the east is what we're going to see the next 2 weeks, 3.5 weeks coming into March here. A very vigorous system develops, looks like by the GFS model standard, by the 15th of March, and that's going to develop some severe storm, maybe a first big severe storm outbreak here for the south as we get closer to the spring months here in the middle of March. So we have to watch out carefully for that to see how that shakes down, but right now it's too far away to make any confidence on that. But that's what we have shaking down there. So that's what we showed you the forecast here. We showed you some of the max temperatures here, and we showed you the climatic outlook here, which is going to show you that we're going to have above average temperatures despite the cold air. And I want to show you the one courtesy of Pivotal Weather here. I want to show you the current precipitation that we've had going on here. As you can see, the precipitation analysis, we've had a whole bunch of precipitation in the mountains of Appalachia, West Virginia, and in the eastern Kentucky and Pennsylvania. We've had a whole bunch of precipitation, mostly confined to the eastern Ohio Valley and the northeast and mid-Atlantic. As you can see, in the middle of the country, not too much precipitation has fallen in the last 24 hours. And of course, out west, we've had that just barrage of moisture that is continuing to impact out there in the west. So this has been your forecast update for this middle of the week, Hump Day Wednesday weather update. Please be sure to subscribe to Weather Guru. I appreciate your support. Thank you for everything, and I'll talk to you very soon.